The latest on all of that is that people are honking now. It might not be the Brinks truck. It's there in Clearwater, but all sorts of things going on in this hit. Jeff, we appreciate the time. Thank you.
Paston's got to move his car now. To the NBA, here's a look at the Lakers this past week. They hosted the Rockets at Staples Center on Tuesday. Fourth quarter, LeBron with a slam. A few minutes later, tough shot around Clint Capella. Got that to fall. Buck 30 left, Lakers up 3. They were down 19 in the second half. LeBron with the drive to Reggie Bullock, knocks down to 3, seals the comeback win for LA 111-106. But not everything was right for the Lakers. Saturday night, they lose at the Pelicans, fall to 3 games back of the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Julius Randle, Drew Holiday. Lakers losing despite no Anthony Davis in this game. Luke Walton's like, what? Here is LeBron on the state of his team, the Los Angeles Lakers.
I know it's going to be very challenging just because of the experience that, the roster had at that point in time. It sucks that my injury happened and Zoe's injury happened. And, I'm so huge in, chemistry and camaraderie, and the injuries have, it's taken a toll on our team. Sometimes we feel like we're afraid to be uncomfortable, kind of get out of our comfort zone, have that sense of urgency, from the jump. Not be afraid to actually go out and fail to succeed. So, we have, 23 games left, and see what happens.
The Lakers went 6-11 during LeBron's absence for a strained groin, but it hasn't gotten better since his return. Lakers just 3-5 in the 8 games since LeBron returned, although LeBron didn't play in one of those games. And the Lakers are allowing more than 10 points more per game in those 8 games. For more on the Lakers' struggles, here's Greeny and the Get Up crew.
From the set of Get Up, Greeny, Jalen, and Jay Will. So the Lakers, they have LeBron James. They have a bunch of other names everybody knows who at times have played well. Why can't they put anything together consistently?
Well, they don't have 2 things you need in team sports: commitment and cohesion from everybody involved. And therefore, you're not going to sacrifice for the greater good of the team goal because you understand that this team doesn't have my future's best interests at heart because they already tried to trade half of us. So based on that dynamic, there's going to be a level of sacrifice that guys aren't willing to make for the purple and gold.
So he's saying that this is still a hangover effect from all of the trade conversation. Do you agree with that?
It's hard to compartmentalize what the team needs to do when you're starting to worry about yourself. And essentially, that's what's happening to all these individuals. And it also comes down to the defensive end. This is where I think inevitably Luke Walton is going to have to fall on the sword here. It's because when you allow teams to shoot 49% against you from the field, 39% from the three-point line, allowing 125 points per game over your last 9, that comes down to effort, too, which is a poor reflection on coaching. You've
been saying for a while you believe this will be Luke Walton's only season coaching LeBron James, but you believe he will get another job like that.
He definitely, because he's done an actual really good job of developing young talent. Like Kuzma's a prolific scorer. They're missing Lonzo Ball. He hasn't lived up to the hype. Of course, it's impossible to, but he's had a really good career so far in his second year. Hart has shown that he has staying power in the league. So developing those guys and Ingram shows me that Luke Walton is a really good young coach.
I have a premonition. He will be fired from the Lakers. Luke Walton will be the next head coach of UCLA basketball. There you go.
Now
stay in LA. There you go.
Following in his father's, though not his own.
There you go.
Footsteps. Interesting. We are here every weekday morning starting at 8 Eastern for Get Up on ESPN. Right now, send it back to you.
It would be interesting. All right, guys, thank you much. ESPN's Basketball Power Index doesn't see a comeback in the cards for the Lakers, giving them just a 6% chance to make the playoffs. That's because of a remaining schedule that ranks 5th toughest in the NBA. The Lakers are not favored by BPI in any of their final 6 games. David?
To college hoops, Jay, a top 10 battle for Big Ten positioning. Bragging rights, recruiting cred in the state of Michigan. It's all on the line. Michigan State at Michigan. You saw Tom Izzo exhorting his guys. Defense travels, and the Spartans locking down in Ann Arbor, forcing Jordan Poole to travel there. And then a little bit later, clamping down man-to-man defense. Everybody got a guy up in his shirt. Nowhere to go. Charles Matthews first forced to hoist a tough 3 there, contested. The Spartans outscored the Wolverines 17-4 during a 10-minute stretch, playing really good defense. Cassius Winston, best player on the floor. He had 27 points. And here comes the locker room scene. They're fired up. Sparty now in first by itself in Big Ten play after going into Ann Arbor shorthanded and beating the Wolverines. All right, let's get to Duke and the week they had. We started Wednesday night, of course, with the Zion Williamson injury, the blown out shoe, first minute against the Tar Heels, the sprained right knee. He limps off, and the Tar Heels would take advantage. Specifically, Luke May inside. He had 30 points, 15 boards. North Carolina goes to Cameron Indoor and wins by 16. Go to Saturday. Duke at Syracuse. Coach K giving Jim Boeheim a hug after the traffic fatality Boeheim was involved in this week. R.J. Barrett taking over, 30 points on 14 of 20 shooting, dished out 7 assists. Duke goes in and gets the win. Here's Coach K on Zion.
We would never play a kid who's not ready to play, or we would never play a youngster who didn't want to play. You know, it's not about that. It's about he wants to play. He loves being a Duke. He doesn't like being injured. It's an injury that you can get over in a shorter period of time. And there's just a protocol that we have to go through to make sure that he's completely ready, and we're not going to rush anything.
All right, the new AP poll has just come out minutes ago, and look who's back on top. It's the Zags. Gonzaga, that great upperclassman-laden team, now back at 1 after being 2 last week. Virginia jumps over Duke, despite the fact that Duke has beaten the Hoos in 2 games already this season. And then North Carolina also cracking the top 5. So you got 3 ACC teams up there. By the way, Wofford now ranked 24th. First time in school history they've been in the top 25. All right, let's go by the numbers in this 3-way tie atop the ACC, Virginia, Duke, and Carolina. Virginia, a 75% chance to win its remaining 4 regular season games. No other team in the ACC better than 33%. Duke's future, of course, riding on Zion. Its scoring differential nearly 13 points better per game when Zion's on the floor compared to when he's not. And it could all come down to Duke, Carolina on March 9th in Chapel Hill. It'll be the 250th meeting between the schools. Carolina holding a 138-111 advantage.
David, coming up, how Trent Richardson's heart contributed to his fall from a top 3 draft pick to being out of the NFL. It is a story you must see. Plus, the teams that could provide the best landing spot for Antonio Brown and the Steelers. Ryan Clark weighing in on that. This is SportsCenter.
Lift every voice.
The way that he used his voice in his platform, no matter if it was in the eyes of ridicule or imprisonment or whatever the case was, he didn't back down from that. And so for us, it's inspiration to use our voice and our platform to speak for those that can't speak for themselves.